the shows deep that we saw this time around. Abe Kugler's Deep Blue Sound focuses on islanders who convene to figure out what happened to their whale family and how to get them back. They are a motley crew, but those whales returning every summer was the one thing that brought instant joy to their hearts, and they want or need that feeling back. Ella is dying of cancer, and her daughter Allie has come to look after her, as Ella refuses to confide in her friends or ask for their help. That would be John, a lonely art dealer who misses his longtime partner, and Mary, who broke up with her abusive husband, Chris, who keeps pestering her to take him back. Ella is starting a friendship with Joy Mead, who runs the local paper and is helping Ella out with a highly sensitive project. Les is a horse groomer who loves horses more than people, but she does communicate with people through a pen pal service. She has a particularly promising one going on at the moment. Mayor Allie, who considers herself the mayor, even though it is ceremonial, and she won because of her love of dogs. And Mo is a good mom who encourages her dance-loving son, even though he doesn't appear to be very good. Lastly, there is homeless Gary, who runs around with a chainsaw asking if anyone needs to have wood cut. These people are very endearing as you get invested in their lives, and the history of the island is pretty fascinating too. Will everyone resolve their various issues? And what happened to the whales? And can they ever come back? Club Thumb always finds the quirky plays with real heart at the center of them. Their ensemble is magnificent. I want to move to this island with these wonderful people and hopefully get to see a whale. Happy Face Plus.
Liberation by Bess Wall, directed by Whitney White at the Roundabout Theatre. Liberation is a feminist memory play. The setting is the basement of a basketball court where a group of feminists struggle to get out of the kitchen. It's about women empowerment and women's rights and total equality with men. Basement of a basketball gym, a group of women meet once a week for a few years, and there is no male character till there is one. Lizzie, Susan Flood, is narrating the play as a young woman of the present time about her mother, also named Lizzie in the 1970s, the leader of the group. There are women of many different kinds and ethnicities. Margie, Betsy Adam, a typical housewife, complaining about cooking, cleaning, serving, dusting, laundry, polishing the furniture, without any help of her husband. She has no other choice because she cannot drive and she has no other job. Irene Sofia, an Italian feisty woman, conveniently but unhappily married just for a green card. Susan, Adina Verson, a lesbian abandoned by her family. Now she sleeps in her car all the time. Celeste, Kristen Lloyd. She's a book editor, highly educated in New York City, but unfortunately have to leave her job and come back to Ohio to take care of her sick mother. The play is very long with lots of repetition about this essential but tired topic, which has not been fully resolved yet. All of them are against men. The end will surprise you with the desire of feminism, independence, and settling for something they did not actually want. There's one confusion for me. A big confusion was in the second act, in the first scene of the second act, there was every one of the characters were stark naked, the frontal nudity. They had taken our phones and they have put them in, they locked them up and put them in the pouches and gave it to us because of this nudity. My question to myself was, is this means liberation? Women who take their clothes off in a group are liberated, more liberated than the women who keep their clothes on? I was just very, very confused.
During the talkback, Bess Wall did a lot of research for this play to understand her mother. And in the talkback that I attended after the play, Miss Wall explained it was a common practice in these meetings for there to be a nude meeting where everyone was able to let their hair down, so to speak. It's to feel vulnerable yet empowered in the trust of these women with each other. So there was a historical reason she did it. And I didn't find it boring at all, but I'm going to have more on Facebook. Continue, Bina.
It is against the men who do not give them equal rights streets, and they have they have been oppressing women for centuries. And this topic is extremely important. It should be dealt with. But the problem of the play is that they kind of cop out, I mean, maybe it's essential for them to just like make some kind of choices, and they did. But it's another resolution of women empowerment or liberation. So that was the point where I kind of was confused, and that's why I gave the mixed face to this play.
Tennessee Williams, A Streetcar Named Desire, is at BAM right now. In case you don't know the plot, Blanche, an English teacher, comes to visit her sister Stella and boorish husband Stanley Kowalski in New Orleans after Blanche loses their home due to the expensive upkeep. Blanche's nerves are shattered and Stanley's rough manner doesn't help. She does capture the attention of one of Stanley's poker buddies, Mitch, and hopes that he will marry her and take care of her. Both sisters are ruined by love. Blanche falling for the delicate but beautifully poetic sort, and Stella with the alpha male. Who will come out on top in this battle of delusions versus cruel realism? And I should let you know, I'm crazy about Tennessee Williams, but not this production.
Yes, I've never seen a production of Streetcar Named Desire before. I can't say I'm rushing to again. This show is considered a classic, especially amongst Tennessee Williams fans like Eva. It came to BAM with considerable anticipation, particularly due to Paul Mescal's casting. But this production, it felt like it was a mixed experience. It challenged my patience and, in Eva's case, her expectations. It's directed by Rebecca Frecknell, and her vision is, along with every other production currently, embracing minimalism. Let's see, but the standout performance for me was lead Patsy Farron, who portrays Blanche. She delivered, really just a standout role. You could really see the psychological deterioration unfolding. There was like just layers of vulnerability beneath all that she initially shows up with when she first comes to her sister, seeming as if she has it all together. This production has a live percussion. It provides atmospheric underscoring during pivotal moments. It is a tension-building device to some. It's an unnecessary distraction to others. Williams' dense poetic dialogue, it requires just a lot of heavy attention. And this production, stretching just beyond 2 hours and 45 minutes, felt like it really just kind of tested my endurance of sitting in the theater a bit too. And when I was just kind of going across forums and other reviews online, I saw one person post, I'd call this an average production with some strong acting and some odd creative choices, and I really echo that. I feel like if you're a Williams enthusiast, you kind of felt like this fell flat. If you're curious about Paul Mescal, this might be the show for you. But for others, this might be a streetcar worth missing. I give it a mixed face.
Oh my God, I friggin' hated this so much. I was seething in my seat. I mean, at one point I'm like, because you got this bare, like I said, square, no scenery, nothing. And I'm like, not even a paper lantern. You can't do Streetcar without a bloody paper lantern. And then all of a sudden, a light bulb descends and they put a paper lantern on it. One paper lantern. You do not drown out Tennessee Williams' text. He is so poetical. I hate Shakespeare, but I love Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams, if it was done properly, you would have thought 30 minutes went by, not 3 hours, because it's just so beautiful. And the tension and the drama and the excitement and what's happening to this woman, how you feel for her. And you couldn't feel anything because of the way it was dreadfully directed. And yes, I agree. Once in the second act, it got a little bit better. They left off the drums a bit and they actually let her like see her and feel her. And I almost started to cry because it was like Blanche was there, but then they took it away because, oh no, you're feeling something. We have to change all that because we don't want you to enjoy this. We want you to think that we're brilliant directors who don't care about the text. I'm sick of directors like that. I'm just so sick of it. I could scream, which I am doing. Sorry, I mean, I love Tennessee Williams so much, and I don't know Paul Mescal, so it means nothing to me who this guy was. And this kills me. They actually list a set designer, Madeline Girling, a set designer. What set? There is no set. If you love Tennessee Williams like I do, and like most normal people do, or if you've never seen it before, or anything, just don't go to this. And don't listen to the critics who rave about it, because I'm sorry, the emperor once again is naked. So just avoid it. This is beyond an unhappy face.
Max Monday's Maybe Tomorrow opens with soon-to-be married Gail, played by Elizabeth A. Davis, and Ben, played by Dan Amboyer, preparing for their bright future. Lovers and best friends they appear to be. They clearly enjoy being together and often meet in Gail's Paul's room, which is the bathroom of their Vermont mobile home. Gail has a successful career as an artist, and Dan is very content with his job restoring cars. While they sometimes recognize that their mobile home is limited, they see a bright future together, building a family and living any place they wish at any time. Things are moving along as planned as a neighbor convinces Ben to move to New Jersey to become a car salesman. Gail is less enthusiastic to move, yet concedes. With the selling options available on the internet, Gail can be an artist anywhere, Bill confirms to her. Soon after their move, Gail begins spending more time in her Paul's room while Ben wants to continue building their future together. Maybe Tomorrow undertakes many life situations encountered these days. The actors' portrayal of their beloved characters is fresh and insightful. The setting in the couple's mobile home bathroom seems a bit spa-like, with the spacious room serving as all things home to Gail. That is, some New York City dwellers may question the size of the bathroom in relation to the size of their entire apartments. The attention to other details in the bathroom work well for the play, such as running water in the sink and various bathroom props. There were several moments which did not seem to progress the story, and it made the 90-minute runtime feel a bit lengthy to me. Overall, the cast and team are to be commended for their courage to offer this play, which was inspired by a true story. With the talented actors, the imaginative script, and a bit of work on the set and the runtime, Maybe Tomorrow has great potential, in my opinion.
Yes, and I agree with you that it has potential. And I got to see it with you, and I just didn't click with it. And I thought you'd be able to explain what I missed, and was shocked to find you were hoping that I could do the same.
That's right. Claudia, when we left the theater, about halfway through the show, I was like, oh, I've got questions for Claudia. And I can't quite put my finger on what was missing for me, because I found the script original. I don't know. I mentioned some of the things in the review.
Yeah, for me, I really wonder if it's how they begin it. I was so not sure where I was, who these people were, and I was so distracted by that I feel I missed some of the really important things that would have helped me connect with the characters.
I'm giving it mixed faces.
So am I.
Chifa Hutchinson's Amerikin shines a light on all the spectrums of white supremacists and the harm it causes, plus what a person will do to protect and give their family a fighting chance. Jeff and his wife Michelle just had their first child. She is suffering from postpartum depression. Plus, she is very jealous of Alma, who lives next door and used to date Jeff, who is still friends with her. Jeff has been asked to join the World Knights. It's a KKK type organization by Dylan, who is gung-ho about preserving the race. To the point, Dylan made sure his DNA and his wife's DNA was pure before having kids. Jeff is perfect, as he is a family man now with a good job and values. In fact, Jeff had to take the same DNA test in order to join the World Knights. Jeff only wants to join to belong to his community. They look after each other in times of need or happy occasion. Trouble is, he got some troubling news from the results. Jeff asked his BFF Coot to help him out of a sticky situation. But can he? Hoot and Alma are diplomatic to the racist people they live with in their town. They don't want to make waves, so they are left alone. All this changes when the truth comes out. An African-American political journalist, Gerald, sees a possible human interest story and goes to investigate. His daughter, Chris, joins him as she is not going to let her dad go into Confederate Trump territory in 2017 without backup. It is an interesting and fraught premise to have the very people that you vilify come to your defense while your community that you have been friends with your whole life turn on you. Chisa Hutchinson has written an extremely intelligent play posing some hard questions, and the title is genius: What You Will Do for Your Kin in This New Divided America. People have forgotten how to look at people as just humans. The cast rose to the occasion and gave startling performances. Happy face.
At Classic Stage Company, you could see Wine in the Wilderness, written by Alice Childress and directed by LaChance. In this play, we are in artist Bill Jameson's Harlem apartment in 1964 as a riot is taking place outside his window. Bill is a well-educated and knows much about African-American history and Black-centered idealism. He is working on a triptych entitled Wine in the Wilderness. He has already painted the first wing of a young Black girl in a white dress as innocence. His central image is an idealized young Black woman representing extreme African beauty. She looks a lot like Cynthia, the highly educated social worker wife of Bill's friend, Sonny Man. During the riot, Old Timer, an old man Bill knows, comes in and drank a lot with Bill. Sonny Man and Cynthia soon come in with Tommy, a brash young Black woman whose house and her belongings have been destroyed by the riot. Tommy is loud and uneducated. Clearly, Sonny, Cynthia, and Bill see her as the third part of the triptych, the negative image of a Black woman derided by both whites and educated Blacks. Is Tommy only what their first impression makes of her? Alice Childress' script is extremely well written, and the performers, guided by LaChance's direction, are wonderful. The set is astoundingly realistic and complete. This production is a true gem, and I would love to see more of Miss Childress' plays. Trouble in Mind was also great. This gets a happy face.
For once, Mark and I are in total agreement. Olivia Washington as Tommy blows in like a breath of fresh air. She had this huge smile and bubbly nature despite all the hardships she was enduring. To me, she was this positive tower of strength who wasn't going to let anyone or anything take away her spark. She came in thinking of Bill as husband material, or else why were Cynthia and Sonny Man telling her she would be perfect for Bill? She was this good-natured person who mourned her nice shoes and dress that she just bought that would show her off to better advantage. She knew her worth, but these pretentious people were too busy looking down their noses to see it. Tommy could sense that none of them particularly liked her. She confronted Cynthia as to why. Cynthia tried to be diplomatic, but not ruin Bill's chances of painting the image that Bill had in mind. Lakeisha May and Brooks Brantley made a handsome pair and were the perfect foils to show that education and self-respect doesn't equal kindness. Grantham Coleman was so caught up in his vision of the perfect African queen that he didn't realize he had a warm, living, breathing woman in front of him that deserved better. Tommy was the only one to ask Old Timer what his real name was. She sees people. Everyone deserves better in their life, including Milton Craig Neely as Old Timer, who helped himself to a few nice things that were laying about. He felt justified. No one realized that by taking from others the harm they were doing. LaChance, who recently appeared in Miss Childress' Trouble in Mind, was the perfect person to direct this. She understands the soul of the piece as she lived in Alice Childress' world. The acting was sublime. I strongly recommend this, and I give it a happy face. Sam Shepard's Curse of the Starving Class is about a white trash family with a drunken dad who trashes the house and treats the family like trash. The son is no better as he trashes his sister's hard-made 4-H project, and the mom has dreams of escaping to Europe. They may be fed up with each other and their crappy lives, but they are always starving and look to the empty, dilapidated fridge to come to their rescue and to have food in it. The mom and dad both try to sell the house separately to get enough money to escape without any regard to what the kids may want. Will this squalid, mismatched family ever feel fulfilled or satisfied? Will the sheep be cured of its unpleasant condition too, or do they all keep suffering together?
It's a rather long play, and for me, it didn't really get alive until Christian Slater, as the father, comes storming in. His energy and charisma are electrifying. I thought the play was really interesting, but I could have used a bit more energized, totally production.
See, this was interesting to me in the fact that I don't like Sam Shepard. I actually saw the original Curse of the Starving Class back in 1977. I mean, I was on a school trip from Ithaca. So it's like, I saw another version with Maggie Siff, who's in a play right now. But here's the thing. I liked this. It was funny. It was directed by Scott Elliott, and he actually found humor in it. I actually was laughing and actually found myself rather enjoying it because the cast was exceptional. I mean, starting with Callista Flockhart, she, while I was watching, I thought, my God, I would love to see her as Blanche in Streetcar Named Desire, because she's got this hard fragility to her that was perfect. And the daughter, Stella Marcus, she, as Emma Tate, she was firing. I don't know how old she was, but, maybe 12 or 13 because she just got her period. But she seemed so much older and more sensible than the rest of them. Like you said, Christian Slater was, of course, marvelous. And Cooper Hoffman as Wesley Tate, the son, he was really good, too, because he was like, oh, my gosh, he was horrible, yet good at the same time, then horrible again. And then you have Kyle Bertrand, who played this sort of nefarious character. And my friend Dave Anzuelo was in it, had a tiny part as a sheriff and a thug. But it was like, I was surprised. So, if you don't like Sam Shepard like me, I think this might be the Sam Shepard for you to see. You'll never see such a better cast and done with better direction than this one. And the first thing I did when I came in was to look at the refrigerator because it plays a major character in this play. And I'm giving this, surprisingly for a Sam Shepard play, a happy face.
Happy face minus.
The York Theater is still doing their New to New York series. And the second show they did was Who is Jimmy Pants? Music and lyrics, Joseph Church. Book and lyrics, Jeff Bienstock. Jimmy Pants and his buddies who sang with him from the 50s onward and what happened to them. Lots of silly fun with fantastic cast. It ends on March 30th, so it closed. Their next show coming up is According to Howard, that will be going on till April 13th. So you can see the last of the New to New York series at the York. Oh, and I gave it a happy face. I just came back from Middle Village, Queens, from St. Margaret's Parish Hall to see Dan Coggin's Meshuggah-Nuns. It's a very cute show with cliche Jewish and nun jokes. Borscht Belt meets Laugh-In meets Stiller and Mara. Corny humor and grown-inspiring puns. The Little Sisters of Hoboken from the original Nonsense now find themselves on a cruise where the cast of Fiddler, except for Tevye, have taken ill. Those gay nuns have taken over and with the help of Tevye, who is really Howard, put on entertainment for all. And boy, is it entertaining with rival nuns and puppet nuns. And even all the popular boat movies are comically referenced with Reverend Mother portraying a great Shelley Winters. Even Broadway parodies get their due with Shalom Dolly and Seven Brides for 7-Day Adventists. You get the drift. This is just so much fun. And if you do go, I have no idea how to get there because I took a car. You need a pillow or something because they're metal chairs, and you need the height because it's hard to see otherwise. But it was fun. It was fun for Catholics and Jews alike. Happy face. Our next show is April 19th, so happy Passover and Easter to come to everybody. And here is what's going on right now. Closing April 5th, Target Margin Theater hosts The Republic, Socrates in the Metaverse by Meta Phys Ed in the Doxy. Closing April 6th, Return of Benjamin Lay at the Sheen, Sir at La Mama, Into the Woods at Manhattan School of Music, Short Play Fest by the Makers Ensemble at the Brick. Closing April 10th, Hotsy Totsy's back with their burlesque tribute to the Marvel Universe at 8 o'clock in the Slipper Room. And closing April 12th is The Trunk at the Flea. Closing April 19th is Bruno Giraldi in Love and Death at 7 p.m. at Don't Tell Mama. And the original voice of Professor Oak in the Pokemon series, Stuart Zagnut, joins the cast of Balls, the Monster-Catchin musical comedy at Caveat. That'll be April 18th and 19th. Closing April 20th is Marco Antonio Rodriguez's Domino Effect at ART New York theaters, the Swamp Dwellers at Theater for New Audience, and the New York Fringe is still going on until April 20th, and one of them I'm going to, Greg Cotis and Ann Holliday's End of All Flesh, is going to be April 11th, 18th, and the 20th. And J2 Spotlight is opening up their season April 10th with Smile. And at 59 is 59th Street, we've got the Fresh Ink reading series from Primary Stages going on till April 11th, and part of Origin Irish First Festivals, which is going on to April 28th. You've got Fishamble going till April 20th with 2 shows, Fight Night and Into Minds. And finally, Roberto Monticello's Cafe Resistance will run April 10th through 27th at Theater for the New City, directed by Lissa Moira, and that should be very exciting. There's a lot more going on, especially all that Broadway shows that are opening up like crazy right now.